Okay, so we're going to start with number 1. So remember, when they tell you what you are solving for, so this is for x, okay, we either want to draw an arrow or a circle, okay, you can decide. Once you do that, I feel like it's really clear to see the two things that you have to move over, the 4 and the negative y. So remember what I said. You have to do anything added or subtracted, you have to move that first. Anything added or subtracted, you move first. So that means I'm going to add y to both sides. And then make sure that you're doing it to both sides, not doing it twice on the same side. Once you do that, that should be 0, so you're left with x over 4. Okay, I don't like you to write the 0 because I feel like that's more complicated. Well, if they cancel out, you just have it there. Okay, so then on this side, remember, you write this exactly as it is. These are not like terms. These are not like terms, so you are just going to leave it as 3 plus y. So now both sides, Gabriel, tell me what we're going to do now. So yes, so remember, this means division, right guys?
Yeah.
Ladies and gents? Yep, so we have to multiply. When you're showing your multiplication, I want parentheses. Okay? So the first thing we did is add y. Now because it's division, we have to multiply. You're always doing inverse operations. So if you see a plus sign, you're going to minus. If you see a minus, you're going to plus. Okay? If you see multiplication, then you do division. If there's a division bar, then you're going to do multiplication to undo it. Now, the reason why these cancel is because, let's look on our calculator. If you do 4 times something over 4, what you are doing is 4 divided by 4. And what's that? 1, right? So what you have here is 1x. You just don't have to write the 1. Remember, the 1 is understood. Okay, you don't have to write it. All right, now on this side, I'm going to let you write this 2 ways. Did some of you leave it like this? Did some of you leave it like that? Did any of you?
I didn't even get it, so no.
Okay. So I would accept that as a correct answer. The other correct answer I would accept is you distribute. If you distribute, that's the only time you will have to multiply. Okay? So 4 times 3 is 12. And then 4 times y. 4y. So, hey Reagan, will you check that on yours? Did you put the 4 in front of the y? I don't, yeah, so I think that's the difference in the order that you did, okay? So you can either leave it like this, I would accept that, or I would accept this. Did any of you write it any other way? Did any of you write it as 4y plus 12?
I wrote the first one.
Okay. All right, then let's look at number 2. Okay, now this one we're solving for b. There are 2 ways that you can do this. Does anybody want to tell me what they did first? It's okay if you're wrong. There's more than one way to do this. Okay, yeah, so you can subtract a. Did anybody add 4b?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll show you that way too, okay? So those cancel. The one thing that I need you to remember is if there's a minus in front, it comes down with it. So it's negative 4b equals 10 minus a. Okay, and then Avery, what's our next step?
For 2?
Yeah, that's okay.
Never mind. I think that's just supposed to divide the
Dividing is correct. Now sometimes people accidentally add because they see this negative, But remember, you're looking at the operation between the number and the variable. And if there's nothing in between those, it means multiply. So then we're going to divide. So your final answer, you can keep it just like this. 10 minus a divided by negative 4. No calculation necessary. Okay, and then one of you said that, Keith, you said that you added the 4b over, right? I thought you did. Did anybody add the 4b? You did? Okay, yeah. Well, because I said to add. You can do it like that. That's why I want to show you. Okay, so if you're solving for b and you don't like that negative, you can add it to this side first. You would get a equals 10 plus 4b, and then you'd have to subtract 10 from both sides. So you'd have a minus 10 equals 4b divided by 4. So if you had a minus 10 over 4, that would be an acceptable answer too. Yeah, because I did say that, I did say to add, so that is one thing you can do. Okay, now for number 3, you have a minus 4b equals 10 again, but this time it's 4a. So if it's 4a, right, what do you have to move over? The negative 4b. How do I move that over? Add it. Plus 4b plus 4b. Okay, now, Bree, can I add those two together? Why not, Bree? Yeah, if one has a variable, one doesn't, right? So you can just leave it as 10 plus 4b. You could also write 4b plus 10. How'd we do?
Atrocious.
I don't know what that word means. Okay, it sounds like atrocious, so I'm concerned. All right, so this one, you have t plus 4 divided by s. This one kind of looks like number 1 that we did, but now, do you see how the whole thing is divided by something? So when that happens, we have to multiply first. And we're going to multiply both sides by s. You always multiply by what? Yep, that's right. Multiply by the denominator. When those cancel, you're left with the numerator, which is t plus 4. And then 9 times s, don't write it with the parentheses now. 9 times s is written as 9s. Okay, so what is your last step? Subtract 4 from each side. So 9s minus 4 is your final answer. Okay, now that we've gone over those, I'm going to give you 2 more, and I want to see how you do, okay? Oh, sorry. Did you guys do that up? Okay,
No.
yep.
I don't think he doesn't need it.
He does too. Be nice. Okay, and then I want you to do 5 and 6. Okay, so 3r equals t, and then y equals 4a plus 2b.